in India, I don't know why all the instructors have the ego problem. Seriously, I'm asking like, what's the real issue with the instructors? If I'm paying for something, I have that right, so I can ask you when I'm going to fly. But if I ask the same in Indian FTO, then they will just hold your training forever.
Alright, guys, so today we're joined by a student from TCFT, Florida. So let's start by a short introduction.
Hi everyone. So thanks the technical pilot team for hosting such kind of series for the aspiring pilots. This will really help all the aspiring pilots to select a good school, correct school for their flying. So I was a part of TCFT back in 2023. I was from 2023 batch, and currently I have my FA and GCCPL as well. So yeah, the technical pilot team, I would like to ask the questions which you have with you.
Okay, so firstly, why did you choose USA and how was the conversion process like?
So choosing USA, like I was a part of an academy, which is a ground classes. So firstly, I started with my ground classes. I cleared all my papers and documentations and everything. When I was getting ready to fly, I was getting ready to start my flying. So they had a couple of schools tie up with one was USA in TCFT, and they were more like in New Zealand and South Africa as well. So as per their convenience, they said that USA would be a good option as it's pretty easy to get a USA license, and also the license has a good strength worldwide. So they suggested me to go to USA, and the TCFT's reviews were good. I asked my seniors who were the part of TCFT before me. They were also saying that it's really good. You can proceed ahead for your flying. And the conversion process in India, I did my conversion in Redbird Aviation. I was in Redbird Baramati, in the Baramati base, and in which I have to do my recency flying as well. I did my multi-engine rating from Redbird and also my conversion checks.
Okay, and how much time did it take you from your visa process? Like when you decided that you want to join
So like I
TCFT?
started from the mid of 2022, and 6 months time frame was for my ground classes, exams, and the visa documentation and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And once got my visa stamped, after which I flew to USA for my flight training. And from the start of Jan to 2023, in December 2023, I ended up my flying. So it was time of 1 year. You can consider 1 year. I
Mm-hmm.
completed my 250 hours and my CPL as well. Then I came back to India and my RTR process was left. So for the RTR, it took more 4 to 5 months. And then after completing all the documentation, getting ready to fly in India for my conversion, then I started in 2024 and it took me half of the year to complete my conversion process in
Mm-hmm.
Redbird.
Okay,
So yeah, it took like 2 years to complete from zero to a DGCA CPL.
all right. And what is the process like if someone wants to join TCFT?
So, process is like as I did, you can contact the academies if, let's say, TCFT has a tie-up with Indian flight schools, Indian ground schools, like private academies for the CPL. They send you like they are like agents, and they do your visa process and everything. They carry your registration process, admission process, and everything. They charge some amount of money. You can go in that direction as well. And if not, then you can directly contact the TCFT. They will send you your admission form, which is I-20 form, and in which there will be your quotation, what cost it makes for completing your CPL, which is completely wrong. Let me tell you that they will quote you like in 55,000, 50,000 US dollars, you will complete your complete CPL, 250 hours, which is completely wrong, in which they are committing that you would be doing your accommodation as well for 11 months. So in 50,000 US dollars, it's not going to happen. It's a lot more than that. So firstly, you take your I-20 form, then you go for your SEVIS form and DS-160 form, before which you have to also apply for the visa appointment. So visa appointment is the biggest obstacle in between because visa slots are not that consistent as previous. So now if you see the condition, the visa appointments are not getting to the students.
Hmm.
From last 4 to 5 months, no one is getting the visa slots for the interview.
And why is that?
That is due to the current government mainly.
Acha.
The current government is not willing to take the Indians right now. So student, let it be student visa or the visitor visa, no one is getting the interview slots.
Okay. And can we talk a little more about the costing? Like how much does it overall cost?
So see, if you go like from the school's point of view, what school is quoting you? It is 50,000 US dollars. So I will just, I will just send you the I-20 form. You can show up on your video as well. In that, you will see that 50,000 US dollars in which they have broken up the accommodation as well. The school accommodation in which they are saying around $7,500. It will be your accommodation for 11 months. So it's not like that. It's not a complete quotation in which they are guaranteeing you that you will complete your complete 250 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like a process in which there is a rental system. So there is a chart in the school in which it states the rental system. So in which they will say, okay, the Cessna 172 cost 165 US dollars, and you will have a fuel surcharge, which is extra additional fuel price. Then you will have instructional charges as well. If let's say you're flying with the instructor, you will be charged by $65. And if you are flying solo, then it will be the aircraft rental charge and the fuel surcharge. So let's consider for an example, if you are flying solo, then you will be costing around $172 for an hour. And if you are flying with the instructor, so 165 plus 65 US dollars, whatever it's around $220, $230 per hour with the instructor. So it is like how much you fly, that how much you will be paying. So let's say if you're flying 255 hours, 256 hours, some are flying 270, 280 hours. So you can directly multiply with the per hour charges
Mm-hmm. All
directly.
right.
And on top of it, then your accommodation charges for your housing, food, traveling, that will add up.
Yeah, that'll add up. All
So
right.
all overly, you can assume around 70 lakhs for just single engine, 65, 70 lakhs for just single engine.
And
And multi-engine will
yeah.
cost you more over like 7,000 US dollars.
Okay.
And also on
And
top of it,
yeah.
you have the check ride fees, which is
Mm-hmm.
again $1,000 for the examiner. So thousand, 3 to 4,000 will be more for your check ride. So
Mm-hmm.
all these things adds up, and then it's like on and around 70 lakhs, 65 lakhs, depending on your cost.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for just CPL, right?
That's a lot,
So,
yeah, that's a lot for sure. And this is only because people are having lack of guidance, because people are not getting the correct guidance. If I would have been known that I am going to spend like 65, 70 lakhs of money, so I would have to be prepared for the same. I was said that you would be spending maximum 50 lakhs with
mm-hmm.
your housing, with your all accommodation and everything. But I ended up spending like 68, 70 lakhs. Easy.
Okay, then why not India? Because the process is much more simpler and it is so easy to, and also it is cheaper, right?
So what the difference I found that flying in US and not flying in India, the mainly it was the exposure. The students, which the exposure we were getting in flying in US. So see, in US there are more categories of airspace. Let it be class Bravo, class Charlie, class Delta. And in India, I guess the maximum highest category of airspace is class Charlie, which is in Delhi and Mumbai or so.
Mm-hmm.
And you're flying in an uncontrolled airspace. So you are not getting an exposure to talk with the the real ATC, first of all. Okay, so your communication skills are not top notch,
Yeah.
priorly. Okay. This was the first thing. The second thing is you are not getting a relevant exposure of the airspaces. So if you're flying in India, you are just flying in a uncontrolled airfield, first of all. Then you're going to one place. And if you're doing a cross-country flight, you're just making overflying one point and then you're coming back, right? This is what I have did for my conversion as well. You are
Hmm.
not going to different kinds of airports, experiencing the different areas, what the other airport operations are, what the different airports operations are doing, how differently they are from one place. But if I'm flying in USA, I'm going from, let's say, I'm going from Stewart to Tampa. So Stewart has different airport, Tampa is a different airport. The regions are different. The kind of operation I'm doing over there is different. So the airport exposure I'm getting over there, how to work at that airport, how to fly, how to communicate with the other different ATCs, you know. So you're getting different kind of experience over there.
Hmm. Yeah.
That was the second point. And third point is you're getting a lot of time to fly night, that to solo. In India, you cannot fly solo cross country. In
Yeah.
USA or any other foreign countries, you are free to fly nighttime because you are
Hmm.
obviously having a PPL license, which is private pilot license, in which you can take your aircraft on your own.
Hmm.
So you're flying more in night. So you see the experience in night you have a lot more than India. I have flew around 50 hours in night
Wow.
in my 250 to
Hmm.
87 hours, which I have totally. I flew
Yeah.
50 hours in my night time. So my night experience is more. When my instructors in India saw the logbook, they were like surprised. Oh, have you really flown in night, or you have just fake logging? They were shocked as well. So
Yeah.
see, these are the main points which I think flying in USA is much better, and also flying IF. I like if you're flying instrument in India,
Hmm.
I don't think that one student will be making the instrument approaches like 2 to 3 times or more, like maximum 3 to 4 times
Yeah.
in his whole career, if I'm
Hmm.
not wrong. But in USA, each and every flight we used to make the instrument approach, which was the conventional instrument approach, ILS, localizer, or the GPS approaches were very normal over there.
Hmm.
We used to also fly the solo instrument flight. Like we are solo, we have got our instrument. We used to file the instrument flight plan and we used to fly from one airport to another. So that is also a different experience which I'm getting. Flying the instrument flight, conducting a
Hmm.
complete instrument flight, how to give the position reports, how to fly the instruments, how to fly with the instruments without looking outside, doing the procedures, at standard procedures of arrival and everything. Shooting an approach on your own while you're solo.
Hmm. And
That makes you a real, a good pilot.
yeah, actually. Yeah, since you've flown in both the FTOs in Indian FTO and FTO in Florida, right? So, what is
Yeah.
the difference in the environment of the two schools?
Environment. So in USA, if I say only the two terms, in USA, the environment is friendly in nature with the instructors, with you and your instructor. And in India, I don't know why all the instructors have the ego problem. Why is everyone holding
Yeah,
that ego? I don't know.
actually.
Seriously, I'm asking like, what's the real issue with the instructors? So if I'm paying for something, right? If I'm paying for something, I have that right. So I can ask you then when I'm going to fly. But if I ask the same in Indian FTO, they just backfire you, and if there is something wrong with my statement, then they will just hold your training forever. Like they will just
Actually.
neglect you completely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very, very true.
Especially with Redbird Aviation, I have heard it with a lot of time that there is a
Yeah.
lot of favoritism and partiality with the FTO, and there is a hooliganism of the CFIs as well. I have experienced the same with during my conversion as well. Like if you
Hmm.
can understand, I am taking 250 hours to fly in US, which took me only 11 months from day I started to till the day I ended. But the same when I started my conversion process in India from 0 to 30 hours because I did my recency and multi. So it took me 6 months to complete my whole training of conversion and multi-engine. So you can see that what's the difference between both of the parties.
Hmm. Yeah. And
And
yeah,
the
please.
main problem with the instructors is
Hmm.
like I don't know if they're really afraid, or if they don't want to fly. Because if you see in the satellite image, if I can see a smallest patch of cloud, okay, and I can see above me that it is completely clear. So what you will consider, what you see or what the satellite shows? Yeah, they consider what the satellite shows,
Yeah.
but I'm seeing that it's completely clear. We can at least make the regional flight.
Hmm.
But they are like, oh, this weather can come in Baramati. How will that weather from 50
They
kilometers apart
literally,
will
yeah, they will
directly
look at
come
the
in
IMD
the
ka
top of
satellite
Baramati
image.
and it will crash your aircraft? I didn't understand that.
Seriously. It's
If the weather is
completely
really bad,
irrelevant.
we are also taught that how to look a weather.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the weather is really bad, I will not risk my life. But if the I can see the weather is good, I can see it on top of me, it's completely clear, it's crystal clear. There is
Hmm.
not a single cloud, then what is the problem of flying? It's
Yeah.
only because these instructors over there are
Hmm.
lazy. That's it.
They are actually.
And only reason why they are lazy is because they are getting paid on the monthly fixed salary. If they would
Hmm.
have been paid with the hourly basis, like the instructors in US are paid how much they fly. They
Hmm.
don't have any fixed salary. As how much, let's say if they flew 5 hours per day, then they would be getting paid for the same. They don't have any fixed basic salary of, let's say, 2,000, $3,000 basic, and then they would be getting the incentive. They only get paid how much they fly. In India, if the same situation is there, if how much they are flying and they will be getting paid for the same, then this scenario will be completely different in
Hmm.
India as well.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
And is it a good idea now to fly in TCFT? Why? And if not, then why?
Now in TCFT, if you are getting the visa, then still I wouldn't, consider to go in TCFT because now it's heavily crowded in TCFT. When I was there, there were 150 active candidates in which they were actively flying. But now, as I had a conversation with one of my friend over there, they said that there are right now 250 candidates who are actively flying in TCFT, and it's very crowded. They also have, I guess, around 40 aircrafts in which you can get to fly, but also there are a lot of crowding. And when it's your time for your check ride, which is the checks when you want to get your license, let it be your PPL, IR, or CPL. There is a lot of wait time as well for the check ride. So if
Hmm.
now the TC, like when you are considering yourself to go to TCFT, I would suggest you to look for 3 points. One is if they have the DPs, like talk to the people who are currently there in TCFT. If they have the in-house DPs, which is the designated pilot examiner, if they have the same, and the check rides are going on continuously, and if there is no delay, no wait time, then it's a good place to fly. And also, TCFT was known for its freedom to the students. TCFT used to give a lot of freedom and independence. So if I'm like the system, how you can go to fly solo and as well as with your instructor. With your instructor, you need to tell your instructor that they had a system known as FBO, in which you have to tell the instructor, okay, so let's book a flight for this time slot and this aircraft, and then we can go and fly. You don't have to go to the dispatch section telling the dispatcher, oh, sir, please book my flight. I want to go and fly. There's an app, there's a system in which you directly can book the flight if that slot time is free. That was the complete system. And once you get your PPL, and if you want to book a flight for your own, then you have the access of the FBO system. Then you
Hmm.
can book your complete flight, whichever aircraft you want to take, which for what time slot you want it for. Then that is the complete systematic process which TCFT handles right now as well. But the freedom which I'm talking about is if I'm going from for a cross country flight from one place to another, then we had a freedom of exploring that new places. Okay, we used to go, we used to park our aircraft and explore the places. But because of Indian students who have messed up a lot with the airport authorities, then the reputation of Indians have gone really low with that school, that schools and the FBOs which are present at the airport. They have messed up a lot. The reputation has went down. So Apparently, TCFT also had to take back that freedom and independence from the students. And now the system goes is like you go, fly, and come back. You don't explore the places and whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the complete point. If you really want to go to DCFT, just make sure there are no heavy crowd in the school. The process is going really smooth. Okay, the dates of the check rides are getting really faster. There is no check ride delays. If you are going in an environment where there are a lot of delays, then we also had experienced check ride delays of 1 to 2 months. So if
Mm-hmm.
the same situation is not there, if there is in-house DPs over there, then it makes sense for you to go in TCFT.
Okay. And there are rumors that students work there illegally without permits and now getting deported for the same. Is that true?
Yeah, so students over there, there are different visa categories on which you go and getting trained. And if under your visa category, if there is allowance for you to work over there, then only you can work. So what TCFT gives you, the visa is M1 visa. In M1
Mm-hmm.
visa, you cannot work a single dollar. You cannot
Okay.
earn a single dollar over there. So what the students do over there is there are a lot of Indian stores, Indian stores as in there are a lot of stores which is handled, which is owned by the Indians. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what these people do is to save the money, they hire these Indian peoples which are going there to fly.
Acha.
So they pay on cash.
Mm-hmm.
So they are getting paid on cash. So there is no record of, getting caught by the
Yeah.
immigration. But that used to happen when I was there, and the it was not that strict previously. But now after the complete government has changed, it is very strict right now. And if you have caught you are just in the sight of the immigration officers and the border security control personals. If you just get a sight on it, then they catch you immediately. There is a complete investigation on you, and then you will be getting deported for sure. So I suggest the students, like if they are watching this video and they are planning to go to US, so only go to US, only and only go to US if you have complete funds ready with you. Don't go in that mindset that you will go there, you will work on cash, you will uh, save the money, and then you will invest in your flying. That is not a good idea because it is risking your whole career. If, let's say, you complete 50% of your training and now you're working over there, okay, and then you get caught by the immigration officers or the ICE, which is the US safety service, then these people will directly deport you. And then your complete hard work is waste.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main. If you have 100% funds of yours, then go to USA. You can enjoy your complete training. That it is really a good experience flying in USA. But don't mess up with the officials of USA. That
Mm-hmm.
will cause your visa on risk.
Yeah. And the last question is, what should one student expect and consider if he or she wants to do flight training in USA?
So you should expect that if you're performing really well in USA, no one is gonna obstruct you. Like you will definitely get your CPL done within 10-11 months if you're performing really well, if you're really dedicated and focused. If you have that dedication in you, then you will surely complete your flying. And also, whenever you are planning to go to some schools, try to collect as much as information you have. So try to collect that. Do you have to plan your own accommodation, or does the school has its own accommodation? Okay, because the school's accommodation is apparently a bit costlier than if you take with your group of friends. If you rent privately. So firstly, if you have that accommodation given by your school with food, then it's completely fine. You can take that. Then, or else if you have to plan by your own, then ask the seniors, get in touch with the seniors and plan for the show. And also, when you're planning to go somewhere in the Florida or wherever, just try to be sure that is that money which is quoted by you, is it on the rental basis, or is it the on the quotation basis that in this money there is a guaranteed amount of flying, let's say if there was a quotation of 50,000 US dollars in which they were saying that my total 250 hours were will be covered, but is that guaranteed, or is that only calculated on hypothetically on the basis of that rental system? So try finding out that, try considering that, and also make sure that that particular school has their own DPs, the in-house examiners. Then only it makes sense to, go to school, and you should expect the same. And also before going to USA, just make sure that you have all the papers and mainly RTR in your hand. Because if you don't have your RTR and you go to US and do your multi-engine rating and every ratings and everything, and you fail to get the same converted in when you come back to India within the 6 months of timeline, then everything will be wasted and you have to do the complete checks again in India, or you have to go back to USA.
Mhm.
So if you're planning to go to USA for your flight training, then make sure you have all the papers, all the documentations, medicals, and your RTRA handy with you. And as you come back to India, then just rush for your FRTOL and all the documentation which you want to submit the Indian FTO and get your conversion done.
Thanks a lot for answering all the questions. That will definitely help a lot of students.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you very much for
Yeah,
hosting me, and I would thank you very, very much.
thank
Wish you
you.
best.
If you want me to continue the series and make more such videos on some other flying school, then you can let me know in the comments which flying school you want me to cover next. And if you yourself are a student of a particular flying school and you want to share some insights about this school, then you can fill a form which is attached in the description, from where we'll set up a quick anonymous call and you can share your thoughts about a particular school there. And guys, do not take this video as a guide to avoid or join any particular flying school. Do your own research because this is based on one student's personal experience at a flying school. So do your own research and then only decide which flying school you want to join or avoid. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.